Today we're going to look at 3 things that help to create depth in a landscape. As a review, last week we considered shallow landscapes and deep landscapes. The picture on the left is a shallow landscape because there's just a little bit of land. Compare it to the picture on the right where you see that the land goes way back into the distance. The picture on the right with the red house is considered a deep landscape. That landscape has depth because it looks like it goes on and on and on. The artist helped to create depth in this landscape by using a horizon line. That line at the top of the pink hills, the line separates the land from the sky. That's called the horizon line. Last week we looked at a technique to create depth includes creating layers of landforms. Here I have 3 hills, creating 3 layers of land in my landscape, and that helps to create depth. The line that separates the hills is the horizon line. This is called a vanishing point. This photograph includes a vanishing point at the very end of the road where the road vanishes. Using a vanishing point is a technique artists use to create depth in a landscape. Consider this image here. The horizon line separates the land from the sky. The artist also used a vanishing point, and the vanishing point is 1 dot on the horizon line at the end of the road. You can see that both of the lines of the road line up to the vanishing point. Using a vanishing point helps to create the illusion of depth. We know this is a flat piece of paper. It is not a 3-dimensional space. Therefore, we're using several tricks to create the illusion of depth in a landscape. The third technique to create the illusion of depth in a landscape is to change the sizes of objects in a picture. Imagine we have 2 girls that are the exact same height. Right now, both girls are in the front of the picture. If I change their position, you can describe that things are going back in the distance. Notice I use a road with a vanishing point. Here I put one of the girls further back. Remember, these 2 girls are the exact same height. Why does one look smaller? Why does one look shorter? Because she is further away. The same is true for those tulips. We have 3 bunches of tulips in the picture. They gradually get smaller as they go back in the distance. This is one way we create the illusion of depth in a landscape. So boys and girls, there are many ways to improve our landscapes to move from a shallow landscape to a deep landscape. Today I would like you to practice several of the techniques that you learned today to draw a deep landscape. Remember we talked about the horizon line that separates the land from the sky. We also discussed using a vanishing point. A vanishing point is 1 dot on the horizon line where you would line things up, such as the road. That makes things appear that they are going back in the distance. And then finally, the third technique is to change the size of your objects. Larger objects would be in the front. As objects move back in the picture, they get smaller. Remember, they get smaller because they are further away. In reality, these 2 girls are the exact same height. One only appears to be smaller because she's farther away. So I hope you enjoy your work today creating a deep landscape. Have fun!